basically...
Can you speak telepathically?
You never know. The chemistry, brother.
Your team is banning.
Sometimes you just
Possible.
have to hope on the chemistry, and that's exactly what Team Evil has to hope for, right? That chemistry, that that Team Evil magic against Team Flash in game number 2.
We've got the juice in that is going to be thrown into the banning pool almost immediately.
Definitely.
As compared to the previous game, Coach Z's have decided to go for the Valentina
is
first
banned.
ban, which I think it just tells everyone, yeah, we want to go for the Lucas, right? It is one way to think about it. Number one, I ban the Valentina so that you ban the Lucas so that I don't waste my ban. Number two, you can also always come down to the point to say that, okay, I want the Lucas, so I'm gonna last ban the Valentina so that I can guarantee the Lucas. However, you can also remember that now that Team Flash is gonna be first pick, first ban, technically speaking, if they were to do that, then Evil will have that final ban to go for the Lucas ban.
You know, I lost you when you mentioned about Lucas ban.
Okay.
But my point being, I feel, right, it's just so many options, right?
Yeah.
And that's why coaches are very important. You saw, you know, because Coach Yep decides to go back to Onyx ID, and all of a sudden Onyx ID, hey, they have fists. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, Gold is back.
Good.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Back.
Back.
Like on ID, they are like solid puppet now.
Yeah. I'm always been supporting of Onyx ID.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice,
of course. And you know, with Zay's coming into the picture, hopefully that's something, you know, the coach factor that Team Flash is looking out for, albeit you know, looking a little bit shaky for day number 1.
Okay. So now I'm excited. Oh,
team
Lucas
is
out
banning.
again. I think that I would love to see the Lucas onto Hades once again, but I guess not today.
Yeah, we
Not
can see
today.
other things, right? Like,
No,
you know,
what I want to see is
Hayabusa.
Lucas plus Suyo. The Lucas versus Suyo.
Lucas versus Suyu matchup, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely interesting, but unfortunately Lucas is already out of the picture. You gotta have to go next, right? Team Flash still bans away the Phobius, right? Still very concerned about the Harith pick, and we mentioned about, you know, Team Flash going in first pick this time. Team Evil has to be a little bit smarter in terms of the bans, right? And, you know, and
so much
also...
is available.
Yeah, so much is available, and because of so much is available, going second pick is actually a very wise choice.
Yeah, so at this point, okay, so Kalia is out of the
Your
question.
team is banning.
At this point in time, what else? Kimi. Kimi is still available. So it really depends on which one is going to be the banned one. Is it Kimi or is it Harith? Whichever that is not banned will be first picked, coming in from the side of Team Flash.
But personally, I feel like Kimi is so powerful in this particular patch.
It has to be banned.
Yeah, it has to be banned, because that ultimate is like a non-committal flicker ultimate Tiguru implosion.
Yeah.
That's so painful, and you can shoot it from miles away.
Actually, I would kind of see it. Now that I think about it, I wouldn't even call it implosion, because when you press implosion, the moment that the circle appears, it's a guaranteed lockdown already.
Yep.
But people can still run away.
Yes,
So
definitely.
I would actually call it more of Phobius Asteros' Eye. It will be more apt to say
Your
it's a
team
longer
is
range
banning.
Asteros'
Yep.
Eye.
You talk about it. Fanny being opened up, being banned away from the side of Team Evil this time around. Team
both
Flash.
leaked. Kimi then.
Which one do you go for, the Kimi or the Harith?
Gotta be the Kimi. I think it gotta be the Kimi. Harith, you can deal with it. No problem. Kimi, you can definitely set up a lot more, right? You can definitely set up a lot more with a Kimi. So, have a Kimi, give your
Your
opponent the
team
Harith,
is picking.
you play AoE.
Yep.
You want to play in you want to play in your Zaman Force? Sure. Let you play in your Zaman Force. We all just play AoE. We play team fight. Team fight magic. You want to play team fight magic? We magic with you. Whack.
Yeah, but this time around, you know, Team Flash using a Kimi. I mean, today we've seen Kimi being used either in the mid lane or the gold lane, right? Personally, I'm a huge fan of gold lane Kimi.
Okay.
I'm that kind of guy,
Your
and I
team
like
is
my attack
picking.
speed.
That kind of guy.
I'm like a Feather of Heaven's Kimi at the same time.
Okay,
You know, the
okay.
passive yum
Yeah,
just
I saw
on
that.
top of the percentage HP, percentage damage on top of each basic attack, and the basic attack goes in like so quick. Man, Team Flash right here on using that one. You need to be able to deal with it, right? Something to jump to the backline. Definitely the Hayabusa. Vincent has been playing it quite decently in game number 1. They're gonna have to do that again. Harry being picked up right here from the side of Team Evil.
So Suyo, okay. So Suyo do have got the advantage when we're looking at a 50-50 lot stake. So that is good over to them. It does seem like Team Flash really likes to
Your
play
team
the
is
high
picking.
lords. They want to have that beefy front lines, but that, okay.
throwing bodies, man. This feels like, you know, Diablo throwing his body against Team Evil, trying to bait out most of the damage and most of the ultimates away from Team Evil, like what you saw in game number 1, right?
Yeah.
Eating the Zaman Force, taking the ultimate from Sayla. That's how, you know, Team Flash wants to play this game as well.
Okay, so what else do we have got here? It does seem like they even want to snag away, okay, the Cho. Something that
Your
Powerful
team
definitely
is
plays
banning.
very well as well.
Yep.
So it's fair to say that we've got a Roma locked down already. We've got Evil that needs to qualify, needs to fill up for Mage and EXP. Well, in the meantime, Team Flash, they need to fill up for the Gold Lane and Rome.
Yeah. Feels like mid is definitely your hot commodity right here between these
Ew,
two
yeah.
teams. The Valentina, the Farsas. If you want to go even weirder, you can go even the Lilia. But then again, you've already got, you know, your gold laners are already dealing magic damage. Do you want to stack onto magic damage again?
I think you need more of a support mage, such as a Eve
A
in this
Novaria at
case.
the same time.
Novaria
Your
is
team is
okay,
banning.
but I don't see the need for that kind of high ground yet.
It's too early. It's kind of early in the draft, right? There's
That
only
is
two-
also I think for me it's mostly because there is a very big wall in the name of Hylos. So technically, the Hylos is just gonna be absorbing most of those astrospheres as much as possible. It's not gonna do too much in terms of poke damage per se. I think that I want to look at more utility, a lot more utility out of this mage instead of skill shots and as well as information. I want slows, I want lockdown. Vexana, Aurora, all of these are pretty decent pickups with still pretty good burst damage as well. Yves being the
Your
other
team
mage in
is
question.
banning.
Definitely, I think Aurora is really smart from Team Flash. If I were at Team Evil, I'd take that away. Aurora, that secondary life allows you to buy so much time against the AOE against, sorry, not only just with AOE first, right? Against the burst coming out from Vincent on the Hayabusa, you also deny the zone from the Zaman Force. I think it's hot. It's actually a good mage pick from the side of Team Flash. Team Evil looking out for that one maybe, but they are looking at the glue band instead.
Glue Band, okay. Glue Band is okay. Generally speaking, Evil will want to be a little bit more aggressive in their EXP. Hilda being one of the possible questions that Evil might want to look out for.
Hilda.
But it's actually kind of interchangeable between EXP and Rome. The Hilda, okay, never
Your
mind.
team
Take that
is
away.
banning.
Hilda taken away because I personally feel like if JPL plays the Hilda against, you know, Vincent on the Hayabusa in the early game, the Hayabusa doesn't really do much damage. Whereas if Team Evil picks up the Hilda for themselves, they're gonna have to deal with Suyo. Suyo pops off at level 3, and basically you're just sitting duck.
So what else are we looking out for, I guess?
A lot of roams being taken out from the side of Team Flash as well, right? The Kalia, you also taken get the Gato Kacha away at the same time. Gato Kacha can always go into the roam, and then you switch that Cho over to a EXP if you want to play Assassin Cho. I don't know why today I'm so about Assassin Cho. Maybe I just face him too much already. It's just
Really?
so annoying.
I don't think that it's gonna be an assassin.
Nah,
Cho, at least
definitely
Your
not.
team
Yeah.
is picking.
I do want to lock in onto Team Flash's roam though. The lack of a roam is actually a little bit concerning. We haven't seen a Jawhead the entire day, and I think that it's relatively bold of me to assume that it's gonna be a Jawhead as much as JPL is concerned. We have also seen Grok being played by him many times before, but I'm not too sure how
Grok.
that is gonna work in this matter.
Grok is actually quite cute. You know, if you really want to go for Grok, you know, there's something like
Damn,
that.
you're right. It
Of
is
Your
more.
team
off
is
meta
picking.
roam. Yep, Nova being picked up by Team Evil. Team Evil feels like they're kind of reacting against Team Flash, right?
okay.
Not only banning away what they don't want to face, like for example the chip, and even the Fanny using game number 1, they also counterpick that Novaria away from Kurt Teasy. Now Kurt Teasy, we talk about mid lane being the hot commodity right here. What's left? You go for the Vexana against the Novaria again?
So-
or maybe go for the Aurora?
I mean, the Kimi is definitely gonna be mid.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kimi is mid.
Well, yeah, you can definitely switch it around. There you go. Team Flash confirming that one. Vanix goes back to his Moskov. Kimi mid once again from the side of Team Flash.
Is Garukacha? No, Garukacha is taken out. They need a. They need a roamer with. Wow, they're actually gonna go for Jawhead.
Badang. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Yep, that's Jawhead being Harvard, there's also the Badang, there's also the Khalid that, Team Flash can easily switch around, provide
Khalid's
more
yeah.
front line for that Kimi, because you need that wall in order for Kimi to do that damage. And Kimi does well into this matchup against Team Evo, especially when they like to congregate together on the Zaman Force. That splash damage from the full passive from the side, Kimi does a lot of damage.
Okay, so I think that this is more or less final. I'll say that this plays along to what JPL is used to, right? Because when it comes down to JPL's comfort picks, it will be Cho, Grok, and Jawhead. Whenever in doubt, and if they really want to win games and they want to end games, these three heroes are something that you would most definitely want to go for, right? So I will say that that's locked in, but we are looking into the next pick, which is Evil. That is still this final pick that we need to get it down. And we are lacking of a EXP laner for for Evil.
Well, like what I mentioned, the Badang can also, you can also go to the EXP. You prefer the Badang in the EXP.
Yes, I do.
You've also seen some other players. I mean, Glue unfortunately was banned away.
Oh wait, CC is available.
CC is definitely
Yeah,
available.
CC.
Going
I think
up against
that's
this
going to go for
Hylos.
CC. Yeah.
Yep. Just have to wait for that confirmation again. But then if you go for the CC, then Team Evil has to play that style just slightly differently. Right now is Team Evil that has to play the poke. They've got a Cho, they've got a Novara that's to slowly poke and whittle person down. You send the Hayabusa to basically go in for the assassination to finalize that kill. Harif just in case if it turns out into a brawl. However, this time around, Team Flash, with what we've seen so far, there is a lot of potential team fight in the Kimi and the Moscow, and not only just that, Team Flash can definitely do a lot of splash damage against Team Evil, especially if they want to stick around. There's also Jawhead to basically pick at the same time.
Yeah, so with all of these, okay, so let's assume that the final pick is a CC, because I think that is the main thing that they gotta have to look out for, because they don't have any proper good ways to realistically be able to push Diablo away as the Hylos. So if they want to win in EXP lane, they want to win in these river duels, then a CC would very likely be a lot more understandable.
Definitely, CC does wonders against Hylos because of the percentage HP damage, and now Gear doesn't really have to be afraid of the Fanny to just come in and burst once he hits level 4. Suyo, I personally feel that doesn't really have as much burst as compared to a Fanny in such an early game as of yet as compared to a Suyo. So maybe it is a wise choice on the side of CC, but we have to confirm it as we go into the game. Yeah. All right, definitely back in game. You talked about it. That's the CC coming off inside of Team Evo. Definitely going to go for a more pick composition going up against Team Flash. Team Flash, on the other hand, still maintaining a little bit more team fight at the same time, albeit with some poke coming up from Team.
So of course we are. Let's just break things down a little bit here, right?
Yep.
We take a look at the middle lane. So we do have the Novaria plus Cho versus a Kimi plus the Jawhead. By far, we can definitely say that Team Evil will have got a way better mid-game kind of push scenario. They can definitely clear up the way really fast. Just a single damn shot.
Yeah.
From Zilla is important enough. But powerful isn't that to really do anything, or else that will be a fast clear.
Yeah, but same could be said over side of the Curtizi on that Kimi right now. Team Flash, we talk about how Team Flash is going to have to rely on sustainability. If Team Evo is unable to kill off Team Flash's team in maybe less than 2 or 3 seconds, Team Flash is definitely going to win the team fight.
So moving on to the top lane, it is generally a Moskov versus a Harif. And understandably, I will always say that a Harif will have a way better time in the lane, in the gold lane, because Synchro Vision, right? Synchro Vision, you clear the wave while in the meantime you poke the enemies. And unfortunately for Moskov, he also does, wow, you can do that?
Yeah, you can. I wasn't expecting that. Vanix really showing us how to play the Moskov at the same time. Curtizi down the bottom lane. Now it's going to be Gear immobilizing right there. The damage coming off Hades doesn't really connect, doesn't end the game for now, but Vincent will be able to find the damage onto JPL, but force the button flicker. Quad Shadow unable to do anything for now, saving that ultimate for the turtle fight.
Alright, so bottom lane this time, we'll break that down, right? We've got a CC as well as the Hylos. So understandably, we can definitely appear and say that the CC will win the lane and pretty much just bully the heck out of the Hylos. Hylos generally will have a lot of a tougher time.
But you're not seeing that, right? I'm sorry, Gears still level 3. We're seeing the same exact script as game number 1 earlier just now, right? Gears struggling to get to level 3, allowing Team Flash to pick up the turtle for themselves.
So this is actually a very interesting kind of gameplay, or rather a very interesting outcome of how the gold lane turned out, right? Hold on a second.
That's going to be a pick right here. JPL in No Man's Land will use the ultimate, but that's going to be first blood given overside to Vincent for now. Team Evo finding some footing at the very least in game number 2. They're not out of the game just yet.
Good way to Dragon, just kind of cutting off JPL. Now, one of the main things that makes Jawhead a very good pick here is actually because of denying the potential of a Cho. Because one of the main things that Cho is really good at is tagging. When you tag the opponent's roamer, you essentially have an idea where they are at all times, and you will be able to provide that kind of vision to your team. What Jawhead does is that if the Cho does want to tag on over to the Jawhead's smart missiles actually deal so much damage, it discourages the Cho from tagging in too close, as such giving valuable information at times.
Talk about information war, the damage from Hades will be able to connect onto Vincent. Tries to output some additional damage onto Diablo. You can see Hades supporting Diablo at the bottom lane, knowing that it's the weak side of the lane. Team Flash putting in confidence in Vanix to be able to win the lane against Herod.
So as we move on, I think that we are already close to, we are already in the early game instead of the laning phase, right? It's more or less just 1 more minute to the early game, and that is when all of the energy shields were to go down. That is the stage where we start to see more heroes that it kind of just leave the lane and completely abandon it. For example, the EXP. As long as we have got a CC that knows, okay, now's a good time, I'm able to push the Hylos away, then they will be able to find a lot more advantage over to the mid lane, or perhaps even raid in the jungle.
We talk about the information game earlier just now. Oh, hold on a second. That's going to be JPL using Unstoppable Force onto Powerful. Novara unleashing the ultimate at the same time. Vincent Quad Shadow's already committed. Hades working onto the turtle at the same time. Diablo landing down onto the Gora's pathway, cutting a escape, allowing Team Flash to secure the turtle for themselves. JPL down a little bit low just now, but still pushing on against Powerful. Team Flash securing 2 turtles for themselves.
As now, Gear doesn't seem like he's stopping going up against Diablo. There is, of course, a Revitalize that is popped as well. So, Diablo is gonna be fine, right? A very chunky boy, and not much of a damage factor from Team Evo that would really...
Damage factor, there you go. Assassination successful for the side of Hades onto Ven.
Now that's painful.
Yeah.
That's definitely more painful. Definitely something that I don't expect, right? It hurt. It hurt.
Yeah. I need some damage. I want some damage. Tiger Bomb.
Alright, 5 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. 1-1 is the current scoreline thus far. Turtle has been conceded over to Flash Singapore twice already. I don't think that's too big of a problem, right? Until now.
That's one pickup right here. Hades picking up the kill for the same time. At the same time, Vanix. That's a 1-2 punch against Team Evo. Van still trying to tempt fate just a little bit more. Go into the Zaman Force, try to output the damage onto JPL. Will not be able to find it. Vincent tags onto Hades right now. Shuriken doesn't connect. Cortese jumps forward just a little bit. This Spear of Destruction already land. Does he take it though? No. Team Flash will be already happy taking down 1 and also top lane.
Yeah, it's pretty okay. 1 turret in the top lane. Eventually they will be able to make their way down to the middle lane or even at the bottom. Middle lane is understandably going to be most important. I think that at this point in time we just kind of look at what kind of cross-map plays we can more or less expect.
Yeah, cross-map play. Hold on a second. That's going to be Vanix. Zaman Force laying down, but unable to output the damage. Gets stunned right against the wall. JPL right there to try using fire missiles to wave clear for now. Team Evo needs to look for damage elsewhere.
5 seconds onto the clock until the turtle eventually spawns. This upcoming turtle will be the last turtle before the Lord eventually comes out. So Gear took that opportunity knowing that, okay, there's definitely going to be some congregation.
Man, 2 ultimates for Vanix. That's so much commitment from the side of Team Evo just to try to take the gold laner of Team Flash. And now Diablo goes onto hunting, will not be able to find Ven. Turtle still secured by the side of Team Flash as of now.
And Vincent almost getting away. In fact,
JPL, he's hungry this time. Look at me, ma. I am the carry right here. Team Flash, but damage to kill still goes over to the side of Hades right here. Curtizi trying to buy some time. Gear tagging onto them, does have the yo-yo, but has to run away because of the damage from the Kimmy. Gear right here, tried to buy some time, but Ben on the other hand, out of position, getting caught off guard by Hades. Powerful this time around, burn the flicker. That's no way you want to be. Team Evil in the wrong place at the wrong time.
3 deaths over to the side of Team Evil, and now the opportunity to just push down the middle lane as it's been broke open with the very clear line of wave that's just marching in. Opportunities that came out and arrived for Flash, and now they're happy about it.
Diablo going up against Gear, that's basically like a natural enemy for the side of Diablo as well. Tempting fate once again. And unfortunately, we just have to wait because you mentioned good things must wait.
Yeah, good things comes to
But
those
what if I
who
don't
wait.
want to wait?
Then you
Suck thumb.
don't wait lah.
Okay.
I'll tell you when it's.
There's something I don't understand about Singaporeans.
Is that we don't wait?
No, it's like you guys love to queue.
You also queue one.
Right? Yeah. Sorry, I just had to acknowledge that.
You also queue one.
Solo queue?
I mean,
I don't know how I'm basically going off tangent on this conversation, but I now we have to take a look at this particular game right here. How Team Evil, yes, they're kind of struggling just a little bit. They're finding these good pickups right here, but now you start to see they're changing their target onto Vanix instead.
I think that is more about adaptations, right?
I love adaptations.
Yeah, I do really like what they're doing, but unfortunately, I think that this is where is it even counted as anti-synergy? No, I wouldn't call it. It's just the lack of synergy from Evil this time, right? They have the Kimi, great. They have some AoE, Blade Surge. What else? What else other than Blade Surge?
I think what Team Flash has for themselves in terms of AoE
Yeah,
has
for
been great.
Evil.
Oh, Team Evil, on the other hand, I think right now it's just all about, playing to what their strengths are. I feel like, remember when we entered this draft, I was thinking like, okay, this is something very different that you don't see coming off in Team Evil. They like to clash, they like to go for these team fights, but they're going for pickups right here, Abstract.
Okay.
Monster kill.
Oh, that
Blue team
that final
turret has
episode.
been destroyed.
I like the fact that production has to zoom into that Gear's body, that body right there.
Okay, so it is. I keep getting
Red
confused.
team
for some
turret
reason.
has
So
been
it's actually
destroyed.
Team Flash that has got the Kimmy. They have the Blade Surge, they have Panic, but surprisingly they're doing very well, and probably because skirmishes.
Okay, now they're gonna try to lock down onto Vanix. Vanix still able to dash away. JPL will be the punching bag for now, trying to buy some time, but it's okay. You sacrifice the Roma, but oh, Vanix! SOD go all the way back, but the knockup coming up from Powerful will be able to slow it down. Van pick up a double kill. Diablo going in, trying to tempt fate as of now. Curtizi is still there, outputting the damage, picking up a double kill this time round. Curtizi, the double marksman-ish kind of matchup roster working well for Team Flash.
But that's not the end just yet. Okay, maybe it is the end. We do have Vincent trying to go in with a little bit of that quad shadows, but didn't really quite manage to find anyone with his frontmost shadow. So at this point in time, it's just all fun and games, right? It's all fun and games. But we talked about the Novaria before, right? You can definitely pick up the Novaria. It helps you in the lane, but in the later stages of the game, you just have like a very tanky pony that just takes on all of these hits
Pony
with
of hell.
no problem whatsoever.
Yeah, remember last season we literally called the Hylos the Pony of Hell, right?
Yep.
You almost cannot kill that Pony of Hell, especially sometimes even Diablo also using that particular Pony of Hell, and he can absorb so much punishment.
Oh man, this is kind of tough to kind of look around it, right? The Lord is currently available. Team Evil, as much as possible, they will want to get some of these potential. As much as possible, just play around it, drag on the time a little bit, because they are a team that wants to play on controlling team fights.
There we go, controlling team fights right here. Zaman Force right in the back, but they're also going to be the glorious pathway, trying to land down, allowing Curtizi and Diablo just to try to chase out Hades this time around. Maybe getting caught just a little bit, tempting fate right here, but at the same time, take a look at the top lane, man. Vanix just working on this cross-map play. Team Evil earlier just now, when they found successes, trying to tag onto Vanix, but now they're focusing back into team fights.
So, 10 minutes into the game now, they're slowly trying to... Oh, SOD not land. So this
did not land.
This might actually be big because both teams will no longer have their marksmen with them.
Doesn't have that, but then you take a look, Team Evil, you know, using the Novarius ultimate to try to review, and especially how Team Flash is already so low and clumping up together, and now you see the marksman joining into the fight, has to do the walk of shame from the top lane all the way down to the bottom. At the same time, Gear though tried to buy some time to basically allow Vincent to basically pick up the Lord for themselves. Curtizi goes down, same could be said over to Gear, and Flash has to forfeit their Lord fight, giving it over to Vincent.
Yeah, unfortunately, Vanix is too important of a player in this lineup to realistically be able to do anything. The moment that Curtizi got caught out by Powerful, I would say that most, if not all, of the utility is gone. As much as we want to see that Kimi is one of the main damage dealers as well, but the main utility aside from JPL comes in from Curtizi. Each of them have got their very important and very specific roles. Diablo as the main guy that soaks in the damage and creates that dominating presence to tell people, yo, don't come close, right? Vanix has got the damage, Hades got to deal with the objective.
Two-prong attack right here. It's going to be a 1v1 assassination up top. At the same time, bottom lane, the Lord will be able to crack open. JPL hiding on that part. They're going to push for a long time, but Curtizi and Vanix will not be able to join the fight. SOD does land. Here, get immobilized. Vanix takes the SOD, joins the fight right here. Curtizi output the damage onto Vanix, spills over to it. JPL goes into conceal play, trying to pick out anybody. But AOL, JPL, going to be using the flicker at the same time. We'll be able to tag onto that. Curtizi down low just a little bit. Vanix chasing forward. Sayla also flicker, but at the same time, Team Flash, once again, Hades, the stealer, of course, and we'll be able to do a base race instead. Wow, and that's exactly what Hades is known for, like 3 seasons ago.
Hades doing Hades things at this point in time, right? He just absolutely loved to find all of these opportunities to just go on a backdoor spree.
Yeah, I was like, wow, JPL and also, you know, Curtizi, so greedy in that particular bottom lane fight, but now you know it's always an illusion, it's always something up their sleeves all the time.
Oh man, at one point in time, I just completely forgotten that they didn't have got the Suyo for that fight throughout the whole fight, right?
Definitely.
They still held out pretty strong.
Yep.
In fact, right after Vanix has put out the pretty SOD, landed perfectly. That is when we saw Evil is like, okay, you know, full back.
Time to strike.
Yeah, we know that Vanix is one of the most important players. The moment we see Vanix, back off.
Yeah, and not only just that, I feel like it's also Team Evil just tunnel visioning onto what they're strong at, right? We talk about how Team Evil wants to play that team fight, but then they forgot, you know, Vincent got 1v1 up there. It is the Suyo that picks up. I think, you know, Team Evil was expecting the Suyo to go back because of they're being so low, but then they decide to tunnel vision on team fight. It's a 4v4 team fight down at the bottom. As long as Team Flash doesn't call somebody is missing from the bottom lane, Suyo's just gonna push.
Oh yeah, he did win in the 1v1. Most of us, even I myself, thought that, okay, yeah, he's gonna teleport back to base, he's gonna help things out, and he's just gonna kill everyone. Or rather, he's just gonna teleport back to base and kill everyone. Which I think that would attribute to why Evil have decided at that very moment we turn back. Because they're expecting for a Suyo to join in the ranks in that entire team fight.
Definitely.
The more we pull back, the harder it is for a Suyo to catch up.
And JPL and, you know, the rest of the team from the side of Team Flash, they're not allowing Team Evil to go back, right? Because they have one plan in mind, and that's exactly, you know, in the book of tricks, Team Flash has a lot. Team Evil, on the other hand, they've only just got one. One page in the one book.
So now we have completed. Oh, we haven't really quite completed the circle per se, but we are just one snake away. And that snake is Evil. Evil just needs to win RSG. And then we have one full circle.
But I don't want a circle. I want a pentagon.
It can be a pentagon.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be a square, it could be a triangle, whatever we want, man.
Yeah. The more complex, the more vertices, the better.
That's decagon.
Oh, that's 10 sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, technically speaking, the math circle is formed by many sides, unlimited sides.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sorry, guys. So we're going into. So we taught you biology. We taught you marine life.
Marine life, yes.
Now we're going to teach you geometry.
Math. Oh, geometry. Okay,
Yeah, geometry.
Okay.